My beloved child, the moment your eyes have fallen upon these words is not an accident, it is a divine appointment carefully written into the fabric of time, for I have chosen this very second to reach into your soul with a message that cannot wait, and you must understand that the news I bring to you will shake you, awaken you, and transform you because you have been wandering with questions that ache within your heart, and I, the Lord your God, have heard every whisper, every sigh, and every silent prayer that you thought no one else could ever hear, and I am telling you now that something is about to change in your life in a way that you never imagined. A door you thought was permanently locked will burst open, a weight that has pressed on your chest for years will be lifted in an instant, and the chains that tied your destiny in knots will be shattered before your very eyes. For I have declared freedom over you, and nothing on earth or in hell can stop the word that I have spoken. You wonder why the storms have been so heavy, why betrayal has cut so deep, why losses have left scars upon your soul, but I want you to know that none of it has been wasted, for every tear you have shed has been collected, every sleepless night has been counted, and every pain you have endured has been shaping you, refining you, and preparing you for a revelation that will make sense of the suffering, because you are not forgotten, you are not abandoned, and you are not invisible to me. You are my chosen child, and I am about to prove to you that when I move, no power can resist, no enemy can oppose, and no barrier can remain standing against my will. The news that is coming will shock you because it will feel like an impossible reversal, like a dream that you thought could never breathe again suddenly standing before you alive and whole, and I need you to prepare your heart because I will not only restore what you lost, I will multiply it in ways beyond what your human mind can grasp. For my thoughts are higher than your thoughts and my ways greater than your ways. And the blessing I am releasing into your life will not be ordinary, it will be extraordinary, because I am not giving you leftovers, I am giving you abundance, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. I see the weight of fear that tries to paralyze you. I see the doubt that whispers you are not good enough, I see the wounds that make you feel unworthy of my love, but I am silencing every lie with the truth of who you are in me, for you are my masterpiece, created with intention, formed with precision, and designed for greatness, and no matter what voices from your past have said, no matter what failures you replay in your mind, no matter how broken you feel right now, you need to know that my love for you has never once wavered, it has never dimmed, it has never weakened, and nothing you have done, nothing that has been done to you, and nothing you will ever face can separate you from the love that I pour over you. Listen carefully, because this is not just a word of comfort, it is a divine announcement that the next chapter of your life will not look like the last. The tests that nearly broke you will become the testimonies that lift others, the battles that drained you will become the victories that crown you, the valleys of shadow you walked through will become the mountains of light you stand upon, and the people who doubted you, mocked you, and turned their backs on you will be the very ones who will have to witness the glory I release through you, for I will prepare a table before you in the presence of your enemies, and I will anoint your head with oil until your cup overflows. Do not be afraid of the news that comes, because even though it will shock you, even though it may seem impossible, I am telling you that it is not to destroy you but to deliver you, not to crush you but to crown you, not to confuse you but to confirm to you that my hand has been guiding every step, even when you didn't see it, even when you didn't believe it, even when you felt too weak to keep walking. My strength was carrying you and my angels were surrounding you, and now the moment of unveiling is drawing near. My precious one, hear me again and allow these words to sink into the deep places of your heart, for I am not finished with you. In fact, my story in your life is only beginning to unfold, and the shock that arrives is only the opening note of a symphony I am composing on your behalf, a melody of restoration and purpose that will play through every broken chamber of your soul until every wounded place is healed, every confusion is cleared, and every lost hope is found and made new. I know how heavy regret sits upon your shoulders, how shame creeps in and tells you that you are beyond repair, but listen, shame is a liar that cannot stand in my presence, and I am stripping it away from you now. The news you will receive in the seconds, minutes, or days ahead will shine a light so bright that those shadows will flee. It will be as if someone has opened a window in a dark, forgotten room and let the sun pour in. Everything concealed will be revealed, everything held captive will be liberated, and everything you thought was over will be given something more beautiful than you remembered. Do not measure this by human standards of timing or fairness. I do not work by the clock of the world. I work with the precision of a heart that knows every beat you have ever taken, and my timing is perfect because it aligns with the purpose I wrote for you before you were formed. That purpose is not small. It is not mediocre. It is not a consolation prize for a life of suffering. It is the destiny of a child I love beyond measure, and I am aligning people, places, and circumstances to bring that destiny into sharp, undeniable focus. There will be doors that open, and there will be doors that close. Both are my doing. The doors that close are not meant to keep you out, they are meant to steer you into the corridors of blessing I have already prepared. The doors that open are not coincidences, they are confirmations that you have stepped into my favor, that the prayers you whispered in the silence are now walking toward you as tangible realities. Prepare your heart to be surprised by joy, to laugh in places you forgot laughter lived, to sing again with a voice that is raw and honest. There will be reconciliation where there seemed to be only permanent division, there will be restitution where loss once reigned, there will be clarity where confusion clouded your mind. And when the shock comes, feel it fully, allow yourself to be startled into awakening, but do not allow it to unmoor you. Anchor your soul in the truth that I am with you and for you. When others speak and call it luck or coincidence, stand quietly in the knowledge that this is my work, and I will not take the glory that is mine lightly, for I love to reveal myself through the lives of those who trust me. I will call you by your true name, not the names the world has given you, the failures, the outcast, the overlooked, but the names that are carved into my heart, beloved, chosen, courageous, redeemed. Let these names echo in your mind until they replace the old stories that have held you back. You will find new strength for the tasks ahead, a strength that comes not from striving but from resting in the certainty of my presence. Do not mistake rest for passivity, rest is the soil from which breakthrough grows. I will give you strategies you did not know you had, words you did not think you could speak, and a boldness that will surprise even your own reflection. There will be people who show up at unexpected times to help you, strangers who speak words that heal, mentors who invest in your gift without demanding repayment. Notice them. Receive them. Gratitude will be your compass through this season, not an obligation, but the posture that keeps your heart open to more of my goodness. Beware the enemy who will attempt to steal the fruit of this season through fear, comparison, or bitterness. He will whisper that the breakthrough is a trap, that you are undeserving, that you must hoard what comes. Resist him by clinging to truth, by refusing to let ingratitude or suspicion take root. Share your blessing when it comes. Generosity multiplies the miracle. I am not only releasing material provision, though I will provide, I am restoring dignity, purpose, and relationships. There will be moments when tears of joy pour down your face because you will realize the depth of my mercy toward you, because you will see how every broken piece has been used to craft a vessel fit for honor. Remember those who walked with you through the hard places and make room in your gratitude for them. Remember too to forgive those who hurt you, not because they always deserve it, but because you deserve peace. Forgiveness unlocks the next level of blessing. It frees your hands to receive rather than clench in old wounds. As this news changes your circumstances, let it also change your priorities. Do not chase fleeting applause, chase what lasts: love, truth, and the soul-deep work of being formed into the likeness of my heart. I am making you into someone who will not merely bask in a momentary victory but will steward what is given with wisdom and humility. You will be tempted to rush, to scramble, to recreate your life in haste, but I call you to steadiness. Walk one deliberate step at a time. Build on a foundation of prayer and discernment, seeking counsel from those whose lives bear the fruit you desire. I will give you favor with those who can open doors, but favor must be met with discernment. Not every opportunity is mine. Pray for wisdom to distinguish between what glitters and what truly leads to the fulfillment of your destiny. There will be tests even in triumph, tests of character, of patience, and of the heart's posture toward others. These tests are not punishments, they are refinements, the final polishing that ensures the honor you receive will not burn you but will shine from within you for generations. I am raising you so that your story will become a stairway for others to climb. The shock you receive is a signal, not an endpoint. It is a herald that declares my activity in your life is intensifying. Open your hands to receive, open your mouth to praise, and open your life to the calling I have placed upon you. This is a season of destiny, and I have appointed you to walk in it. Be bold, be kind, be steadfast, and above all, be anchored in love, my love, because it will carry you through every surprise, through every valley and every mountain, into the fullness of the life I intended for you from the very beginning. My beloved, rest in the hush of these words and let them wash over you like a gentle tide that both cleanses and carries, know that what is being announced to you is not merely a temporary easing but a profound repositioning, a rerouting of every plan that fought to bind you to less than what I intended. I am repositioning you into a place where your gifts will be recognized, where the walls that kept you small are being removed brick by brick, and where your heart will be given new language to speak of courage and trust. Do not be surprised if the people who once celebrated your failures are the first to be stunned by your harvest, for I delight in confounding the expectations of those who thrive on limitation. The shock that comes will reveal the breadth of my compassion and the precision of my timing. It will also reveal to you the layer of your faith that has yet to be proven, a holy invitation to step into trust so deep that fear itself will learn a new definition. You have clung so long to what you could control that the unknown has become an enemy. I call you now to surrender not as defeat but as an entrance into a freedom that feels like flying for the very first time. Let go of the script you wrote for your life based on what you've seen and step into the script I am writing, a script that includes unexpected allies, sudden resource, and doors that swing wide without the creak of effort from you. I will make the crooked places straight. I will make the hidden places visible. I will bring the right people into your path, people who will speak life into your vision, open financial windows you could never pry open yourself, and stand with you when the applause arrives. But hear this, favor that is not stewarded with humility will slip through your fingers like water. The real test is what you do when the headline reads your name and the comments multiply. Will you lean into gratitude, remembering the nights you spent on your knees, or will pride eat at the corners of your heart? Choose humility. Choose to remember where you came from so that your future remains anchored in compassion. With this news will come responsibility. You will be entrusted with resources, time, influence, relationships, and how you use them will determine the legacy you leave. Be kind to those who helped you in the obscure seasons. Be present for those who remain in need. Be bold in generosity, for taking generously will build bridges that accomplishments alone cannot. There will be moments when the zeal of celebration threatens to drown out the quiet voice that first called you. In those moments, seek silence. In that silence you will hear the next instruction that guides the blessing into permanence rather than into a short-lived spectacle. I will give you clarity about the people who are meant to walk with you long-term and those who are part of a passing chapter. Do not cling where you are not invited to stay. Be patient where patience is required. Be urgent where urgency is given. There will be critics, voices that say this is luck, coincidence, or illusion. Let them talk. You do not owe your explanation to the loudest skeptic. Instead, let your life be the answer, steady, gracious, faithful. Your testimony will be more persuasive than your apologetic. Let it be rooted in truth and humility. As this season unfolds, protect your inner life. Success will bring offers and applause, but it will also bring distractions that seek to hollow out your joy. Guard your mind against comparisons that shrink your sense of worth. The enemy loves to hand you a counterfeit, the image of someone else's path as the measure of your identity. Remember that my call on your life is unique. Your path will look like no one else's because no one else was created with your exact combination of wounds, wonders, and whispered prayers. Keep your eyes on the small, steady disciplines that produced you, the morning prayers, the honest conversations, the tiny acts of faith no one saw. These will be your bulwark when the noise becomes great. There is healing woven into this news. Places in your memory that felt like broken glass will slowly mend. You will find the courage to enter rooms you once avoided. You will speak to people you once feared. You will embrace dreams you once thought were the province of others. Allow yourself to grieve what must be grieved, but do not let grief sit as a permanent resident in your home. It is allowed to visit but not to unpack. Forgiveness will be your key to faster movement. When you forgive, you remove the anchor that keeps you stuck. You make room for new movement, for greater light, for a depth of peace that surpasses explanation. Expect divine appointments, precise, almost cinematic encounters where someone will show up with exactly what you need to move forward. These encounters will not always look like miracles at first glance. Sometimes they will appear as simple conversations, a handwritten note, a returned call, or a small check that arrives at the right moment. Train your eyes to recognize provision in humble forms. Do not discount the small gestures. I often use the smallest tools to carve out the largest changes. As you receive, be generous with praise and recognition. The people who lift you will also need encouragement. Honor their contribution publicly and privately. Build systems that ensure your blessing is sustainable. Plan, save, seek counsel, and invest in wisdom. Fast winds without structure are like houses built on sand. Create foundations that outlast the season. Above all, remember that your worth is not measured by the scale of your breakthrough. You are precious beyond measure, irrespective of bank accounts, followers, or accolades. Let your identity be anchored in love, not in outcomes. The news coming will be a signpost, not a destination. Walk through it with gratitude, humility, and a heart ready to serve. I am with you in every astonished breath you take. I celebrate your wins with a joy that surpasses human celebration. My favor rests upon you, and the heavens rejoice over the unfolding of your story. Take these words as both invitation and decree. Receive the shock, let it awaken worship, steward the gift, and let your life become a living song that points others to hope. Your journey is being rewritten for beauty. Rejoice, but walk wisely. Rejoice, and love fiercely. Rejoice, and never forget from where your help came. My dear one, as the current of this moment carries you forward, let me press deeper into the truth you must hold fast. Miracles do not always arrive with fireworks. Sometimes they come as a steady unfolding that rearranges your inner landscape until everything aligns with the promise I have whispered over you since the beginning. There will be seasons of loud deliverance and seasons of quiet preparation. Both are holy, and this shock you are about to receive may begin loudly and then settle into a gentle, persistent unfolding that reveals layer after layer of blessing. In the days following this announcement, guard your heart from impatience. Expect sudden shifts, yes, but also expect slow growth. The roots of what I give you will be strengthened by small, faithful acts, a prayer spoken in the dark, a choice made to forgive once more, a hand extended to someone who cannot repay you. These are the things that anchor blessings into destiny. Remember that every gift I pour out carries a purpose beyond personal comfort. It is meant to be a seed that grows into shelter for many. When abundance comes, let it be an instrument of justice, mercy, and compassion. Use it to lift those who cannot yet lift themselves. Use it to create places of healing and rest. Use it to amplify truth and beauty in a world that is often dimmed by despair. The way you allocate what I entrust you with will testify to the depth of your heart. Will you cling or will you release? Will you hoard like a frightened child or steward like a wise parent? I call you to stewardship that reflects my character, radical generosity wrapped in discernment. At times you will be asked to stretch beyond what feels safe. These will be my invitations to expansive faith. Do not confuse vulnerability with weakness. Vulnerability is the doorway to authentic connection, and through it your life will touch others in ways nothing else can. There will be people who come into your life with beautiful intentions and people who come with subtle agendas. Pray for clarity, pray for eyes that see beneath surface charm into the motives of the heart. I will send guardrails in the form of holy intuition, wise counsel, and sometimes gentle correction from those who love you well. Hold their words close when they align with peace, release them when they do not. As the shock of the news settles, you may experience a strange mixture of exhilaration and fear. Do not be alarmed by this duality, it is simply your humanity responding to the sacred. Let the exhilaration push you to praise, let the fear push you to prayer. When the ground seems uncertain, anchor yourself to simple truths. You are known, you are loved, you are called. Those truths will hold you steadier than any external validation. There will be nights when doubt creeps back in, whispering that this cannot last, that failure is inevitable, that you are not ready. In those hours, remind yourself of the whispers that began this change, the prayers, the unseen acts of faith, the small seeds that time has nurtured. Call to mind witnesses of your journey. Recount the moments when provision arrived at the precise hour and how doors opened in ways that could not be humanly explained. Let your memory of past faithfulness fuel present courage. I will also recalibrate relationships around you. Some will step closer in loyalty and love. Others will drift away as the needs and textures of life change. Do not take every departure as rejection. Sometimes it is realignment, my hand creating space for new alliances more suited to the future I envision for you. Grieve well those losses that hurt, celebrate those whose hearts are with you, and trust me to populate your life with companions who will mirror my heart. The work I am doing in you is not only about external elevation, it is about internal transformation. I am shaping a heart that bears endurance, humility, and compassion. There will be moments of decision that test who you have become. Will you advocate for the voiceless? Will you protect the marginalized? Will you choose justice over comfort? Let your yes be bound to love and righteousness. When the roar of success rises, let your first response be gratitude, your second be generosity, and your third be quiet return to the disciplines that formed you: prayer, solitude, honest reflection. I will give you words to speak in crucial moments, words that heal, words that correct with kindness, words that inspire others to step into their own calling. Speak with courage tempered by grace. Beware narratives of entitlement that seek to seduce you into believing that blessing is owed rather than received. Blessing is a gift, humility is its proper clothing. In the practical rhythm of your days, build systems that protect what you receive: financial structures, trusted advisors, mentors who will not flatter but will challenge you, boundaries that preserve your inner life. The enemy will attempt to exploit any lack of structure. Be wise and prepare your house. There will be tests designed to reveal where your trust truly lies. In those moments, press into prayer and surround yourself with steady voices who will speak truth into your trembling. Do not be ashamed to ask for help. Strength often arrives through honest community, through hands that steady, through counsel that realigns. Finally, let awe be your natural posture. The shock you receive is not merely about what changes externally, it is an invitation to encounter me more deeply. Allow wonder to soften you. Let praise rise spontaneously from a grateful heart. Sing when you can, cry when you must, rest when rest is needed. Walk forward with courage, but with gentleness. Hold the end of your story loosely, trusting that I hold it tightly. I am not finished with you, and the shock that shakes you now is the beginning of a story that will stand as a testament to mercy, resilience, and love. Receive it, steward it, and become the light that points others toward hope. My beloved, keep breathing these words into the places that feel raw, because I am about to speak even more plainly. What is coming will not only change the outer story of your days but will reorient the compass of your soul. Expect recalibration, values will sharpen, priorities will reorder, and what once seemed urgent will fall away like leaves in autumn. When pride tries to lift its head at the sight of your harvest, choose the quieter route of thanksgiving. When fear claws at your sleep, choose the steady practice of remembrance. Remember where you have been, remember who carried you, remember how small mercies accumulated into this season of overflow. Move with dignity. Celebrate with restraint. Let your heart be patient even in exhilaration, because the truest test of blessing is how it shapes your character when no one is watching. There will be conversations you must have, some tender, some difficult. Speak with clarity but with compassion. Let truth be your foundation and love its expression. In relationships, do not conflate demand with devotion. Ask questions before making judgments. Seek restoration where possible and release where necessary. Sometimes mercy requires distance so that healing can breathe. Trust me to show you the difference between a bridge that should be rebuilt and a road that must be left to time. In your family, in your friendships, in the communities you influence, be the kind of presence that steadies rather than destabilizes. Lead with listening, and when you must lead with authority, let it be the authority of service. Practical doors will open, work, resources, places of influence, but remember they are tools, not trophies. Use them to cultivate spaces where others can grow. Invest in people. Create opportunities. When finances increase, build with wisdom, save, give, plan, and protect. Avoid the seduction of immediate gratification that erodes long-term fruit. Seek counsel from those whose lives reflect integrity and sound stewardship. A wise counsel is like a lighthouse in thick fog. Their voices will keep you from reckless choices that look tempting in the moment but costly in the long run. Your health, body, mind, and spirit matters to me. Do not sacrifice your well-being at the altar of speed. Rest is not optional. Sleep, proper care, and boundaries are not indulgences but anchors that hold your calling steady. If wounds need tending, allow them to be tended. Seek help where necessary. Healing is often communal, and you were not made to bear every battle alone. There will be seasons where physical restoration follows spiritual breakthrough. There will be seasons where you must walk slowly while your inner life catches up. Honor both. Your calling will press upon you like a drumbeat. Listen carefully. There are unique gifts embedded in your pain: empathy for the grieving, courage for the fearful, creativity for the barren places. These gifts are not accidents. They are the fingerprints of my design upon your life. When opportunities align with your deepest honesty, step forward. Do not wait for perfect conditions. Perfection rarely arrives before obedience. Start where you are with what you have, and I will enlarge your capacity as you steward faithfully what has been entrusted. Expect opposition, but do not be alarmed. Opposition is a sign you are moving into territory that matters. Face it with prayer, with community, and with the calm assurance that truth outlasts the loudest lie. When accusations come, let your conduct be your defense. When betrayal wounds, let your response be shaped by justice and mercy, not by retaliation. Fight the good fight with a heart that seeks restoration over revenge. This posture will disarm enemies and draw allies. There will be moments when you must wait. Waiting is not failure, it is refinement. Use wait times to deepen your faith, to build discipline, to learn patience. In the quiet, I will speak directions that are clearer than any loud proclamation. Treasure the training seasons as much as the triumphs. They are both formative. The patience you cultivate now will be the steadiness your influence needs later. Teach what you have learned. Your testimony will be a map for someone who stumbles where you once stumbled. Tell the truth about the nights you cried and the small acts of faith that sustained you. Vulnerability will not undermine your authority, it will enlarge your credibility. People need witnesses who have walked through darkness and come into light. Be that witness. Use your platform, however big or small, to lift hope, to dispel lies, and to call hearts back to what matters. Guard your imagination. The enemy loves to infiltrate your dreams with counterfeit futures that steal your joy. Feed your mind with truth, with stories of courage, with the testimonies of those who persevered. Replace anxious rehearsals of failure with rehearsals of faith. Speak aloud the realities you believe. I am known. I am loved. I am called. I will steward well what I receive. These declarations will rewire fear into faith. As this season unfolds, look for the gentle confirmations, small coincidences that are too precise to be random, the recurring themes that whisper my presence. Celebrate the confirmations as milestones, mark them in your journal, tell a trusted friend, offer a sacrificial gratitude that acknowledges the source. These markers will be anchors when future storms arise. Above all, let love be your greatest currency. Love will transform every exchange into an offering. It will redeem mistakes, soften critics, and create environments where dignity is preserved. Love will be the legacy that outlives your accomplishments. Choose it wisely, practice it daily, and watch how it multiplies everything you touch. Receive this news with open hands and a humble heart. Receive it as medicine for every place that has been dry. Receive it as a sign that I have not been idle while you waited. The shock that meets you now is a door. Step through in faith, steward what follows with wisdom, and let your life become a testament to the unshakable truth that I am for you, and I am with you, now and forever. This is my promise to you. Step forward in faith. Your miracle is already on its way. Receive it, walk in thanksgiving, and let your life declare my glory.